Hello and welcome to this episode of WakeTV. I'm your host, Jennifer Heiss. It's a brand new year and we've got lots of great stories to share, so let's get started. With the turning of the calendar to 2018, we have a new chair and vice chair leading the Wake County Board of Commissioners. Carrie McCumber recently sat down with Chair Jessica Holmes and Vice Chair Sig Hutchinson to discuss their priorities for the board in the new year.
Hi, I'm Carrie McCumber, and we're here today with Commissioner Jessica Holmes, Chairwoman of the Wake County Board of Commissioners, and Commissioner Sig Hutchinson, Vice Chair of the board. Welcome to the show today. We're happy to have you here on Wake TV. So it's a new year, 2018. We just recently had the first Board of Commissioners meeting of the year. And so Chairwoman Holmes, I would love to talk to you a little bit about what do you think are the major issues that this board is going to be taking on this year?
Of course, education is always a top priority for us as commissioners. And also continuing to deal with growth. Wake County is still growing, still one of the fastest growing counties in the country. We're still bringing in about 67 people every day. Many people don't realize that while growth is certainly a positive thing, it can also put a strain on our resources, on our school system, on our infrastructure, on our roads. So growth will continue to be one of our greatest challenges in 2018.
And you had mentioned that education is also something that's a very big topic of conversation. So when you talk about education, are we talking about preschool? Are we talking about grade school, high school? How does the Wake County Board of Commissioners, help students throughout the whole journey of education?
I think it's important that people realize that when we as a board talk about education, we're talking about sort of a very comprehensive system. We support early childhood development. We work with our school board members on ensuring a quality K-12 system. Also, we work with our partners at Wake Tech. We have the largest community college system in the state, and it's something that we're very proud of. We're growing our own workforce here. And also, we have great and positive relationships with our colleges and universities. So we really have sort of a three-pronged system of early childhood development, K-12, and also higher learning.
So one thing you mentioned was growth is a word that we hear a lot in Wake County, and that how that can bring us a lot of opportunities, but also a lot of challenges. Affordable housing is something that you've emerged as a leader on in the discussion here in Wake County. Why do you think the need for affordable housing is so important in our community?
Well, to start, I'm very proud of the work that our entire board has done in terms of bringing awareness to the issues of affordable housing in a way that our board hasn't really done before, or previous boards rather. Last year, we had Wake County's first ever Affordable Housing Steering Committee, which I had the opportunity to chair. This year, in our committee structure, we created a separate standalone committee for affordable housing, which I'm incredibly proud of. The fact that we want to continue that conversation and make sure that the work of the committee is actually implemented and that we adhere to our timelines and goals. So right now, as Wake County continues to grow and be the best place to live, work, and play, in my opinion, in the entire country, that comes with putting pressure on our rental markets, our home ownership markets. I mean, that growth is putting pressure on all aspects of housing, whether you're a renter or a homeowner. At this point, we're all getting sort of less for our money as pressures continue to grow, and it's sort of an issue of supply and demand. We're a great place. There's very high demand and very little supply, which means rental properties go up in cost and home ownership becomes that much more of a challenge. So as we continue to grow and be prosperous, we have to make sure that all of our communities and all of our people get to enjoy that growth, and that, we help ease issues like gentrification, and that we honor communities that have traditionally been in place as we continue to grow.
And as we talk about growth, Vice Chairman Hutchinson, what are some of the challenges and what are some of the opportunities that you see coming forward in the next year for Wake County?
Well, thanks, Carrie. And there are a lot of opportunities from the 67 people a day that are moving into our community. But it does cause challenges, and one of those challenges is transportation. We all are recognizing that the congestion is getting worse, and the voters last year approved a half-cent sales tax for transit. That's now being implemented, and we're so glad to be able to talk about the plan in terms of quadrupling bus capacity, adding a brand new technology called Bus Rapid Transit, which is basically kind of a hybrid between rail and bus that will run 20 miles north, south, east, and west from downtown Raleigh. And then for the very first time, we'll have commuter passenger rail, 37 miles of commuter passenger rail starting in Garner, running into the new train station called Union Station in downtown Raleigh, then move through NC State into Morrisville, Cary, RTP with a spur to the airport, and then ultimately into Durham, where it will connect with a light rail system, 17 miles that run into Chapel Hill. So this will allow us to be able to not only provide a transportation system, but then to be able to focus growth and build land use decisions so that more people will be living closer to where they can work and use transit and not have to congest further out in our communities. So transportation is going to be a huge component of what we're going to be working on. In addition to that, Commissioner Holmes talked about education, but I'd like to talk about two other things briefly. Number one is quality of life. You know, we are known as a city within a park, and we are doing a lot in terms of open space preservation. In fact, at our next meeting, we're going to acquire 1,000 acres of open space in one of our water supply watersheds to continue to improve the water quality of our community. But finally, let me just talk about population health. We are so interested in the health and well-being of our citizens, and we're putting together a task force that is working today that will be coming out with recommendations in April to talk about ways that we can improve the health and wellness of the citizens of Wake County.
So there are a lot of exciting things going on, and we've talked a little bit about going forward in 2018, what to expect, but both of you have, been on this Board of Commissioners since 2014, and a lot of wonderful things have been done. Can each of you talk about maybe one accomplishment that this board has achieved that you're really proud of?
Narrowing it down to one is very difficult because we have been a particularly active board, and I'm so proud of all of our accomplishments from a living wage, because that's important, that our people who put in the work are able to live and enjoy the quality of life in Wake County. Paid parental leave, our fair chance hiring ordinance, our fairly recent partnership with Wake County Smart Start. And just speaking generally, I'll state that I'm really proud of the public-private partnerships, our relationship with our chamber, our relationships with our municipalities, and even more importantly, our relationship with our nonprofit community that allows us to do things like put pantries in high schools and work with Interfaith Food Shuttle, the North Carolina Food Bank, and other nonprofits like Interact. And just having that relationship with so many community partners that are so integral to our success is very key to our continued success.
And Vice Chair, what's an accomplishment you're especially proud of from being part of this board?
Well, the chair has mentioned so many of these ideas that have now come to fruition. One of the things that she mentioned was the living wage ordinance in Wake County, which is now over $15 an hour for Wake County employees. So this is moving the needle forward and allowing families to actually be able to take care of themselves and their children. So that is a huge thing. Also the transit referendum that we passed, $2.3 billion over 10 years, which is really going to transform our ability to move around. And then finally, just our quality of life. We have put a lot of money and effort into our greenway system, over 200 miles of interconnected greenways. And today, we've got greenways being built in Wake Forest, in Roseville, in Knightdale, of course, Raleigh, and Cary, and Morrisville. And so this system not only is phenomenal today, but it's continuing to expand.
So I think a lot of people don't realize how much time and commitment goes into being part of this board, and sometimes you have to make tough decisions on very tough issues. What do you enjoy about, serving the public, the residents here in Wake County?
I very much enjoy the process. Anytime we finally get something from an idea phase to actually having a pantry in a high school and having things like a universal breakfast. And when I think one of my favorite things is just going from the idea phase to actually benefiting our public, to actually seeing and having groundbreakings on affordable housing for seniors and low-wage earners. So that is probably my favorite aspect of being a commissioner, is knowing that the ideas that our board bring to the table can actually result in policy and changes that actually benefit the lives of our constituents.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, I've been involved for over 20 years as a community advocate. Many people know me as Mr. Green Jeans from my work around, environmental issues. But with this board and Wake County, which has over 4,000 employees and a $1.4 billion budget, 7 members on this board of commission can have a significant impact on the lives of our citizens. Let me give you just one example very quickly, Carrie, in that we had 138 families living in a lower income development that was about to be renovated. Those families then had 30 days to have to move out. Many of them were low income and on Section 8 housing. We were able to step in and to basically keep those families in place until we could work with those families to find them housing in a new location. It took probably close to about 6 months to get that done. So if they were having to move out in 30 days, I have no idea what would happen to a lot of those families. But as a result of us being in place and seeing this as important, we were able to, in many ways, change the trajectory of the lives of over 137 people and their families.
Well, thank you both very much for your service to Wake County and to the employees and residents of Wake County.
It's an honor to serve.
And thank you for being here today. I hope you have a wonderful 2018.
Thank you.
Each year between October and March, the Warmth for Wake program brings volunteers together who chop up firewood and deliver it to those who need it most all over the county. Weather permitting, volunteers meet every other Saturday throughout the winter to chop and deliver firewood. In addition to firewood delivery, Warmth for Wake also distributes new and gently used space heaters to residents in need. If you'd like to learn more about how you can help, please visit the website on your screen.
We are here at historic Yates Mill County Park, and I am joined by Rebecca Cope, who is the program director here at Yates Mill. Thanks for having us out here today. So when people think about Wake County parks, they go out in the summertime, or they go out in the fall to see the leaves change, or enjoy the parks in the spring. A lot of people don't think about going out to the parks in the winter, but there's a lot of things that are going on in the parks during the winter time. Can you talk to us about some of the great opportunities and activities that are available at Wake County parks in the winter?
Absolutely. So, we have a variety of activities that are available to the public. We're open 361 days a year, so we're just closed on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, and also on Thanksgiving. So any other day of the year, you can come out and get to explore the parks and go hiking, maybe have a little time sitting on a bench watching nature, really find some solitude. Perhaps you want to spend some time with your family or friends or without them, and take a brisk walk, get some exercise. We have some wonderful seasonal wildlife as well, and neat changes to witness and to go and see out there in nature. There's also things like exhibits that are inside in some of our historic sites, as well as other displays that the parks will put out. Things like discovery tables and fun activities for you to do that are both indoors and outside.
That sounds wonderful. Sounds like a great way to spend the winter. So here at Yates Mill, what are some of the programs and activities that you guys will be hosting throughout the season?
Oh, sure. Well, so I'm dressed a little funny today, of course, and the reason for that is we're actually doing an Ingalls Long Winter based on the Little House on the Prairie series. So we have our auditorium and our classroom set up for a variety of activities and storytelling, there's music, things like that. So activities like that are available year-round, and besides that, we do have the mill closed right now, but as of March of 2018, we'll be opened up again. We have our corn grinding weekends, usually on the third weekend of each month, and folks actually dress up like I'm dressed on those days to demonstrate the milling operation in Wake County's last remaining water-powered grist mill. In addition to that, we certainly have a number of hiking trails. You can fish from our boardwalks, spend some time really enjoying the scenic beauty of the park, in addition to coming in and checking out the exhibit hall.
So there are a lot of programs that are held annually at Wake County parks. Can you talk about any of those that are going to be taking place in the winter?
Definitely. So there are at all of the parks a variety of experiences, from the hikes, definitely going out and doing craft classes, arts and crafts, science-related classrooms like the science of snowballs and other things like that, in addition to special events. And one of those that we have coming up here at Yates Mill is the Mill is Muse, and that is a community art and photography contest. It's open to everyone for all ages, and we have a variety of prizes available as well. The winners get to display their artwork and their photographs in our park center for 2 months. And then in addition to that, there's a lot of smaller prizes like caps and mugs and fun little things related to photography and art. So that will happen in February. All entries are due as of February 1st. And we have a reception a few weeks later where we honor the winners and everybody else's work. It's all on display at that time for the weekend. And then after that, you can come and see the display of the winners' works.
So what type of artwork is submitted during Milla's Muse? Are they taking photographs? Are they doing paintings? And what's the subject matter for the art?
Yeah, so for the art contest, the visual art contest, there's 2 topics. There is nature in the park and then the old mill itself. So those 2 categories, and any size artwork can be displayed. It's 2-dimensional, hand-rendered artwork. And then in addition to that, we have the photography contest, and for that, there's 3 topics. There's the nature, there's the mill itself, and then also people in the park, because we like to see the fun things that folks are doing when they come out into the park setting.
Has this been a yearly event that's taken place, and what's the reception been from the public?
Yeah, so it is an annual event. This is our 12th annual year. We've been doing it since we opened this park back in May of 2006. And we get probably about 60 or so entries, maybe 20 to 30 folks. Lots of regulars who've been coming every year, but every year there's a few new folks as well. It's both for amateur and professional photographers and artists, so really anybody can enter. We love to see the park through the eyes of the public and then be able to share that with other individuals as well. It really tells a different kind of story than we see every day.
So what are some of your favorite things to do here at Yates Mill and at other parks around the county?
Oh, well, thank you for asking that. I certainly enjoy being out here. The setting is one of the best benefits of my job. I've been enjoying watching the Yates Mill Pond setting for about 21 years. And I love going out and hiking around and seeing the natural setting, the different kinds of seasonal wildlife, as well as the year-round residents. We've been having otter sightings, and that's a rare but wonderful thing. So it's really nice to get out. But in addition to that, I love playing host to the families and friends that come out to gather. I love seeing them slow down a little bit, enjoy each other's company, learn a little bit about their local environment and history. It's really fun to be able to facilitate that experience.
Well, it sounds like a wonderful way to spend the season here at Yates Mills. So thank you very much, Rebecca, for having us out here today.
I appreciate it very much. You have a wonderful day. You too.
Big changes are coming to the South Wake Recycling and Trash Drop-Off Facility in Apex. By 2018, the renovated facility will provide residents better access to trash disposal and recycling options in the area. A new layout will also help traffic flow easily through the site. During the transition, please pay attention to all signs at the facility as traffic patterns and drop-off locations will shift several times during construction. For more information, visit wakegov.com/recycling. That's wakegov.com/recycling.
Wake County Public Libraries are some of our busiest facilities throughout the county. Over the last few years, a program has been gaining traction called Every Family Ready to Achieve, which helps develop literacy skills for all ages. Let's find out more.
Wake County Public Libraries are busy and growing, serving a population of more than 1 million residents with 22 locations and more on the way. Every week, Wake County Public Libraries offers more than 200 programs for children.
Our libraries play a key role in the success of the community, and this starts with our children. Wake County Public Libraries has always had a strong focus on children and early literacy. We offer 200 programs per week based on the concept of every child ready to read, which reinforces those pre-literacy skills necessary for every child's successful launch to kindergarten.
The Baby and Toddler Program of Service provides caregivers and their young children interactive opportunities to foster intellect and language development through interaction with books, music, rhymes, and motion, building the foundations for reading success. The Preschool Program of Service provides interactive opportunities for preschoolers and their caregivers to experience literacy-based programming that develops the pre-reading skills for a successful launch to kindergarten.
Now, we knew that the public library could do more to prepare children for kindergarten. However, we didn't stop at that. Because for a child to be successful, we have to focus on the whole family. And so we developed our Every Family Ready to Achieve initiative, which we like to call EFRA.
The goal is to offer opportunities for families to achieve their greatest potential through access to library books, programs, and services by focusing on 4 age groups: young children, school-aged children, teens, and adults.
For EFRA's first year, we wanted to focus on kindergarten readiness, and we launched the ABC Craft and Learn program for children ages 3 to 5 and their caregivers.
Based on elements from the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction and Wake County Public Schools, ABC Craft and Learn features a simulated classroom experience that helps children learn the alphabet, practice fine motor control, and develop social and emotional skills necessary for success in kindergarten. At the end of each program, parents receive tips to reinforce these skills at home.
I would definitely recommend the different reading programs for the various ages at the library. My kids have learned a lot. It's kind of sneaky how they manage to teach them STEM concepts and about animals and other things, and even manners and prepositions was one topic one week. So there's different things that they've learned throughout time, and they just really enjoy it.
Currently, Every Family Ready to Achieve programs are offered at 10 libraries, chosen because of critical needs in their surrounding communities. Wake County libraries are also doing some local outreach projects and events.
As we continue to develop Every Family Ready to Achieve over the next few years, we plan to reach every age group. Libraries play a key role in the enrichment and success of our community, and Wake County Public Libraries is ready to take on this important challenge.
Are you ready to join us in promoting lifelong learning? Come on over to your local library branch, where our librarians are looking forward to helping everyone find the books and experiences they need to achieve their goals and better their lives. Each year between October and March, the Warmth for Wake program brings volunteers together who chop up firewood and deliver it to those who need it most all over the county. Weather permitting, volunteers meet every other Saturday throughout the winter to chop and deliver firewood. In addition to firewood delivery, Warmth for Wake also distributes new and gently used space heaters to residents in need. If you'd like to learn more about how you can help, please visit the website on your screen. Did you know 1 in 30 baby boomers has hepatitis C? People born between 1945 and 1965 are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C. Hepatitis C can hide in the body for years or even decades and can cause cirrhosis, cancer, and even death. The good news is hepatitis C can be treated. The first step is to get a simple, free blood test. Don't be a statistic. Visit wakegov.com/hepc today to schedule your free blood test.
Did you know that Wake County offers dental care for children and pregnant women, regardless of whether or not they have insurance coverage? There's some exciting news coming out of our dental clinic. Here's Elizabeth with the story.
We're here at the Wake County Dental Clinic with Dental Director Dr. Rebecca Sykes to learn more about the important services offered here. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Could you tell us a little bit about the dental clinic and what services are offered here?
Wake County Human Services Dental Clinic serves children ages 0 to 20 years. We provide comprehensive dental treatment including preventative services, restorative services, and emergency dental care. The preventative services that we provide include cleanings, exams, diagnostic x-rays, fluoride varnish, and sealants. We also provide restorative treatment in the form of fillings, simple extractions, pulps, and crowns. Our clinic also serves pregnant women who receive their prenatal care at Wake County Human Services, and we conduct dental screenings in the NC pre-K classrooms, as well as participate in community outreach events throughout Wake County.
How does one qualify for services at Wake County?
In order to qualify for dental clinic services, you must be a resident of Wake County, ages 0 to 20 years, or a pregnant woman receiving prenatal care at Wake County Human Services. At this time, we do not accept any private dental insurance. The only insurances we accept are Medicaid and North Carolina Health Choice. We do serve uninsured and underinsured clients by offering dental treatment on a sliding fee scale, which is based upon family income and household size. We strongly encourage our uninsured clients to register and verify their income prior to making an elective dental appointment.
And why is it so important for children to receive the dental care that's offered here in Wake County?
I'm so glad you asked that question. The American Academy of Pediatric Dentists considers early childhood caries to be the main chronic disease affecting young children. One of our primary goals at the dental clinic is to help educate parents and patients on the benefits of proper oral hygiene and diet. We try to help identify behaviors that lead to dental disease in hopes that if we can modify these behaviors, children can experience a lifetime of optimal oral health. The earlier a child is introduced to the dentist, the earlier we can start this education process, not only for the child, but also the parents, as we all work together to reduce the risk of dental caries.
So the clinic also serves pregnant women. Why is it important for expectant mothers to use the services that are offered here?
The main purpose of our prenatal dental program is to help educate pregnant women about the importance of dental health. We also try to direct them to available community resources in regards to establishing a permanent dental home, since we only see them for a brief snapshot of time. We feel that knowledge is power. Therefore, if we can empower these women with an understanding of the importance of dental health, then we are making positive impacts on future generations.
The dental clinic recently received a grant. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
We are very excited about the grant opportunity that we received from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. This grant will allow us to provide 750 preventative visits at no charge to uninsured children ages 0 to 20 years. The preventative visit includes the cleaning, dental exam, any necessary diagnostic x-rays, and a fluoride varnish.
And how can parents take advantage of this wonderful opportunity?
So parents can take advantage of this grant opportunity by calling to make an appointment at our clinic. They can either call our main line, which is 919-250-4610, or they can speak directly to one of our customer service representatives at 919-250-4615. We do suggest that eligible recipients verify their income in order to establish their slide on the sliding fee scale, since the grant only covers the cleaning appointment.
Thank you so much for being with us today, Dr. Sykes, to tell us about the wonderful services that are offered here at Wake County.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
That's all for this episode of Wake TV. Keep up with all of the latest Wake County news by visiting us online at wakegov.com/news. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube so you can always stay in the loop. We'll see you next time.